Hey everybody, and welcome back to Spellforce Conquest of EO. We're playing the new expansion pack, Demon Scourge, in the new campaign we're going to be starting today. Thanks to THQ Nordic and their PR team for sending over a copy of this DLC and the base game when it came out last year as well, because I did play the base game last year and you guys seem to really enjoy it. So I thought I would request a code for this DLC and come back with a vengeance to kind of finish what we started, per se. So we're going to start a new campaign. We're going to be playing... Let's see, what do we want to do? I heard there is a new class in this DLC. A little bit of a boilerplate stuff on the DLC. It is $12.99 USD, released on February 13th. Currently on sale for 10% off. Although, I kind of feel like... hold on, I'll be right back. I'm going to figure out what we're going to do as a class, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We're going to be the Demonologist. It is the new class, or new archetype in Demon Scourge. So we're going to be a cultivator of demonic spirits, corrupt the world and its inhabitants, sacrifice the demonic enemies, and have them possess your armies. Playstyle you like, figuring out crafting combinations, and hash long-term plans to unleash their full potential. Does sound like me. We're going to continue. We're going to play in Gillyshire. Or maybe not, because the challenge is tough. Challenge is tough in all of these. Let's play in Alluvion. We played in the Golden Fields, I think, for the first time around. So we're going to play in Alluvion. It's a good middle of the road. Enemies, religious fanatics, and beasts. Feels rightfully so for a class called the Demonologist, actually. So let's do the Alluvion. Randomize the antagonists. We'll play on balanced difficulties. We would customize stories. Oh, okay. Back. I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to turn off anything. So we're going to play on balance. That's how the developers recommend the game to be played. Start campaign. So let us do it and let's see what this is all about. And yeah, so once again, thanks to THQ Nordic for the code, and we'll be back here in just a minute when the game is loaded. And finally, about 2 or 3 minutes later, we're loaded. Don't know why, the game froze, it took a minute, but yeah, we're in, so let's see what this is all about. When a message from your master told you he had discovered a way to channel the Allfire and urged you to come to its tower, you quickly gathered your entourage and set out. The letter contained little more than his note and a small flute, exquisitely carved and bearing your master's sigil. He seemed to fear running afoul of the Circle of Mages, the most powerful covenant of magic users on EO. His tower, now before you, bears signs of a terrible battle having raged there. So we're going to the master's tower. The corpses and debris marking the fight inside the great hall of your master's tower fill you with grief for him. Instinctively, your hands go to the flute he sent you with his letter. You trace the fine carvings with your fingers, and memories of your time here flooded your mind. Suddenly, the flute seems to hum and vibrate, and a small sound emanates from it. The sound morphs into a flute melody, and with it, shadowy images slowly begin to appear across the hall. Figures take form, becoming more solid, and taking the shape of 2 groups facing each other. Weapons drawn. You see your old master leading one of the groups. This must be the battle for the tower. Impressions of the fighting still play on your mind as you slowly walk up the dented stairway. The tower, damaged and deserted, still retains your master's presence somehow, willing you onward. Whatever happened here will not be forgotten. You are sure there is more to discover. Your master was always adept at hiding his secrets, but you are determined to uncover them. You take stock. The entry hall's golden chandelier has been stolen, and its soft carpets are gone. Your master's tower was not just attacked, but also robbed, it appears. On closer inspection, there are several tracks out of the tower. Traces of foreign fabrics and dropped cutlery lead to a little goblin camp not far from here. So we need to go to the goblin camp and take them out. But let's kind of establish a domain here in this tower. So tasks, visit the goblin camp and build a ritual chamber room in your tower. Let's go up here to the tower thing and open that up so we can build a room. right here. We want to build the ritual chamber because everything else is too expensive for us to build right now with our current resources. Let's just go ahead and build the ritual tower. A ritual chamber, I mean. And let us walk down to the goblin camp, which will take till next turn to do. Let's go to the overview map. This is a pretty big map. We can get out of the overview map now and back to the 3D map. Or the top-down map, I mean. Leave the hex grid off, I don't need it. Alright, so let's go ahead and end our turn. Go on to week 1, day 2. You wander the old familiar rooms of the tower, lost in memories of your time here as an apprentice. This place was clearly searched through before the goblins ransacked it. Your master's crafting room has been depleted. Most of the other chambers were ravaged. Whoever did this left no stone unturned. Buried beneath the toppled bookcase in your master's guided library, you find his old grimoire. Reverently, you open the heavy tome. Many of its beautifully illustrated pages have been torn out, but you will still see bits and pieces of your master's illegible script. He was always secretive about his arcane research, often writing in code. You look for the first spells he taught you, carefully flipping the large pages to one of the bookmarks attached to the spine. You can indeed make out some of the basics, others you can almost decipher. You gaze around the room, imagining a treasure trove of arcane knowledge hidden among the scattered scrolls and torn books, a lifetime of magical study at your disposal. We get 10 research points, and I will not leave until I recover my master's knowledge. Well, I've already left. I left in this army to go take out the goblin. So we're not currently researching anything. We need to build a ritual chamber in order to research really anything. But let's go ahead and do the enchanted wisp because that is unlocked. No spell selected. Let's go ahead and do corrode. So we're going to take about 2 turns on that one. We have 10, so it's going to use 9 of that. Inventory, we have Prophets of the New Age, negates all life essence, and we have ashes. Pretty useful stuff. Let's walk down here to the goblin camp. From the camp, you make out the loud, obnoxious squabbling of goblins. It appears they are fighting over loot from the tower, screaming at each other at the top of their lungs. So it's 146 to 131. We're going to do a manual battle. And see where things take us.
We going?
So you guys are melee. Let's go ahead and put you in the trees.
We going?
Commander.
Let's right click.
Commander.
Hey, not bad. 2 6 damage things.
We going?
Let's get into guard. Execute that ability. Get into guard with you as well.
Commander.
Good attack of opportunity there for us. Bad attacks for us as well because they did some big damage.
We going? going?
Good. Finished him off. Now we've just got a nice little archer unit to take out here. So in turn.
We going?
Commander?
Oh wow, one shot. That went a little faster than I expected, and a little better than I expected. Obviously, we took some hits there, but I'm actually very happy with how that went. So everyone gets some level ups. The now quiet camp is littered with goblin corpses. They were carrying and using some of your master's tools, as well as a small amount of coin. So we get a bunch of lesser glyphs. That cutthroat sounds really good. As you turn to leave, a few goblins emerge from hiding behind one of the dirty tents. One of them wearing a hood made of a torn silken cloth waves excitedly at you. You! I remembers you. One of Master's pupils. Yes, yes. We serves, Master. Not like these shagrak here. He spits at the dead goblins emphatically. Bowing, he adds, we serves you now, yes, yes. You give us shiny, we fights for you. Shows you where your master's things is. The goblins point to 2 stacks of chests and sacks not far from where you stand. Got 12 gold from that treasure stash. Oh, stack heal. Nice. So we can level you up and do Healing 1 plus 100% daily regen, or Mage Hunter plus 6 damage against units with Spellcaster. Let's do Healing. Plus 1 willpower, plus 1 speed. Same thing, we'll do Healing with you. So we're 1 turn away from the ritual chamber being built inside of here. Hiring. We can hire some goblin archers, some goblin brawlers, and some goblin shamans. Ritual chamber constructed. So to further my studies, experimentation will be required. The practical application of my theories will certainly reveal new knowledge. Craft 4 demons. A unit in this stack is able to establish new cults within a city. To establish a cult, move that unit next to a city and use its skill from the stack action bar. Establishing a cult takes several turns, and moving the unit off the location will stop the process. Okay, we've explored the treasure stash. So crafting 4 demons, we're going to have to learn to do that. We have a corrode spell. We're going to save that for a rainy day. What are your next steps? The destruction of your master's tower must mean that he uncovered something of the Owlfire's secrets, which the circle guards fiercely. You can restore the contents of his grimoire, but his tower needs rebuilding too. And if the circle is behind his disappearance, you must expect them to come for you as well. Maybe they know of your discovery already? Taking proper stock of your master's laboratory, you find very little more than empty vials and containers that have, like everything else, been searched through. It was certainly not the work of goblins. You can make out the track of a cart leading to a nearby hamlet you passed on your way here. Did the villagers plunder after it was abandoned here too? The village's inhabitants eye you with an air of hostility when you arrive. Children are called inside. Some of the villagers arm themselves with tools and stacks. Your band regards them cautiously in return. A burly black-haired man, brandishing a cudgel, steps forward and says, "There is nothing for you here." Scare them into submission. The villagers remain defiant. "We won't return the ingredients. The apprentice left them as payment for helping him flee. We got them fair and square. You can't just take them from us." Why would I take anything? The villagers stare at you darkly. "You are here to take back the witch's goods, aren't you? The apprentice gave them to us as payment for helping him flee. It was a fair trade. We will fight for them." "Are you sure you want that fight?" At the sight of your troops moving in, the villagers' bravery falls, and they lower their makeshift weapons. How to punish them for their insolence and keeping your master's materials? We're going to slay them all. I took the high road on the first playthrough of this when we did that. So I'm going to take the low road.
We going?
Okay. Then we can start shooting. Hey, I mean, 10 damage is 10 damage. You guys are a ranged and... So you can do ranged and melee. Throw knives. You guys can also do... Ooh. I think this arsonist is probably what we need to worry about the most.
We going?
We're at 4
We going?
HP.
Commander?
I think we're gonna lose them. Yeah, we're gonna lose them.
We going?
Shoot. Well, there they go. Just gotta take out the arsonist now, which is gonna be easier said than done. So they're gonna get a 3-action thing here. Or are they?
We going?
They only got 2, but they got attack of opportunity both times, retaliatory attack. So, we did lose one, unfortunately, but there's a hiring slot that we're working on getting right now, so. With their armed defenders dead, the remaining villagers cower in fear. You quickly find the stored ingredients and take their valuables for good measure. Serve them right. As you leave, you think about the apprentice the villagers kept speaking of. Perhaps you can find them. They may be able to shed some light on your master's fate. And that brings an end to the story, I think. So let's go ahead and wrap up here. If you enjoyed this episode of Spellforce, make sure to leave a like on it, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you next week for another episode.